Hello, fine folks, and welcome back to Booghy Plays. Uh, are we okay? Seems to be okay. This this evening we're going to our second stream of our top 10 of our top 100 of all time, and so we go to 90 to 81. Of course, I am not alone. I'm with Mr. Radu. How are you, Mr. Radu?
Hello.
Do you have a different shirt? Or,
Yeah. So this appears that we are doing this in 2 different days.
I
Yes.
see. Okay. So, how are you feeling? How did you feel? The first one?
Well, one down, nine to go.
One down, nine to go. Yeah. Um, so, we go, let's say, deeper into our top 10. You're excited?
Yeah. Excited to know more about Gateway Games? If so, continue watching.
So, we turn on the TVs.
Let's do it.
Let's turn on the TVs. And we start with our number 90. So, should I be first now? Because you are first on the other one. I'll go
Uh,
first.
uh, yeah. Yeah, that's
Okay.
it.
Okay. So, my number um, 90 is a game. As you have seen on my 100 on my last top 10, and this will be seen throughout all my top. I'm not necessarily cult of the new. I do like delving into older games, replaying them, to see how much I like them. So my 90 is a newer game. It's a game that came out, should have come out I think last year, but it came out beginning of this year. I have managed to get a copy from Spielworks. The game I think, looks very good, and it's behind me there. My 90 is Pilgrim. Pilgrim is a true Euro game, which, well, just look at this cover. I mean, come on. The cover is. They should sell you Radu on it.
Yeah,
That
I haven't
cover.
played it, but it has a potential of being on this list and probably grow on it. We'll see.
Pilgrim is a game of moving on a rondel and get doing actions which allows you to build this territory. When you build it, you access shrines, you get more points, you build buildings which give you points, where and you do that in different ways. I have really enjoyed playing this game. I played it quite a bunch in order to be able to do the rules overview, which I think they were really in depth, because I want to decrypt the game for people who were like me and were a bit I don't really like the rule book.
Hmm.
But the game itself is fun. I like it a lot. It's got there are a lot of good things which I enjoy. Building buildings which give you different abilities. With every building that you build, you create yourself different than the other players are. I do like rondels. I like how this is more of a rondel, a mancala type of rondel. You get a certain number of people, and which you make a trace with them, and the difference between a classic mancala is that where you put your last meeple, you don't need to do the action there. You can do another action, and you will usually want to do an action where you have majority, because then you'll be able to do a more powerful action. And you have to think ahead. If I'm going to move my meeples in a certain direction, then if my next round I'm going to move there, and then my next round I'm going to move there, then I will be able to do a chain of actions which will allow me to do certain things, which will allow me to get to do a more powerful turn, which yeah, in the end makes me more what is the word I'm looking for? Efficient. Planning and being efficient on your turns. And I have really enjoyed it. I think it's one of the best Harald Lieschke's work in terms of graphics design and artwork. And I hope I finally get to do that interview with him. It's so hard.
Oh,
But it will happen. For sure it will happen. So my number 90 was Pilgrim. We will see how much staying power it will have in this top 100, but I really enjoyed the game. Your number 90 is?
yeah, it's more or less the same thing. Probably just a fraction of what this game provides. That's my this is the actually bang I wanted to start with. So, yeah, like I mentioned in the previous top, so this is Bang the Dice Game. One of the many drinking games, I would suggest, because player elimination is pretty present in this game, but it has a short staying power, so you will not be left on the side for long, because it's really a quick game overall.
You say the game is short, so not,
yes,
the game is short, so it doesn't really matter that you get eliminated. It does have an expansion which makes you a ghost. You can come back as a ghost.
You can haunt them.
Yeah.
So it's a variable player powers with dice rolling. Yahtzee style. You just throw it 3 times. You keep the ones you want to use. So there are 4 types of characters. Each do have their own agenda. So. Right, you need to, the sheriff must stay alive. The outlaw needs to take out
the sheriff and the deputies, no?
In order to win. Renegade has to be last man standing. Yeah. So, yes, it's a lot of, it's quick and it's fun.
Yeah. It's one of my favorite party games also. It's not in my top 100 though.
No.
Spoilers alert.
I kind of assumed that.
Yeah, as you see, mostly are bigger games. Let's go to 89, right? My number 89 is a game that that I really like, and I am quite stoked about I like the old edition. Is a TMG game. I do like the old edition, but I mean, why not? The new edition has 103 artwork. Let's see if it works with this game. This is a game about, well, mining, and this is the first game in a long games of mining, which I have here in my list because I do enjoy these themes. My number 89 is Gold West. I think we have played it. Did we play it? I think we have played it in Romanian. We did a stream in Romanian for it. This is the new edition, Trick and Treat Studios Classic Collection. Mm-hmm. I own I see that it has, it's a bit different. It has a small expansion. I have this edition, which I think looks pretty good. I think it has nice pieces. I think it looks quite good. It's mainly I call it a Mancala system, not rondel, a Mancala system. You choose a number of pieces which you take out. It's unfortunately I don't see too many pictures, but we're gonna. It's fun. It's rather fast, so every decision which you make, counts. So
Mm.
be sure what you're doing. Um, so yeah, um, it 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 works well with two, three, even four players. Moves fast. Yeah, one of my favorite Euro games out there, and quite happy to put it back on the table and maybe play it on stream one more time. This time maybe as a three-player game.
Yeah.
Number 89 was for me Gold West. Gold West.
I don't expect to find any gold though.
Of course you find gold. You move on tracks
All
and you
right.
find gold. Okay,
Yeah.
what is your 89?
Wow. My second drinking game, which is actually made out of drinking components.
I'm coming with these harder games, or let's say heavier Euro games, and well, mining needs drinking. So
A good segue right
yeah,
into the
yeah,
next section.
yeah,
So, once you are out of the mine
yes,
and go to the pub,
yep,
you might want to drink some beer. So, what some maybe the designers thought, oh, this could make a really good game. So it's
skull.
called Skull,
I see.
and
I think
it
it's
couldn't
dropped
be
a bit for me
simpler.
for you. It's dropped a bit for you in your list.
It did. Well, it's still my. It's fine. You wouldn't have accepted this as my number one
No, I
game.
wouldn't.
Come on.
Yeah, but it was
So
in your top 50 last year, so
yeah, yeah,
it
yeah.
dropped
Well,
a
I,
bit.
I had to. I had to.
Yeah,
It dropped because I have more area to fill.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
So
yeah, yeah. So,
this has basically you have two options: put a flower or put a skull, and then it goes round and round and round. And one says, "Well, I can find two flowers," and then the other one says, "Can you up that bet?" And you say, "Of course I can." And I say three, and then the other one says five. Oh, I'm out. You're crazy. Find flowers. You reveal the first one. Oh, it's a skull because it's that bare bones of the explanation. That's the whole game in a nutshell. So you are trying not to find the skull. So if you do that twice, you win the game.
I see. This is a smaller version. I see. Uh,
So
yeah,
it's really this is a game for everyone. You don't even need to be a gamer to enjoy this one. It's the
yeah,
high
probably,
note of
yeah, yeah, yeah,
a party game.
yep, yep. So, eh, what can I say? It's a good party game. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now let's go
But
back to
this is this is a medium weight euro for me.
now let's get back to real games.
I don't know why I'm here, man.
Number 88, right? My number 88 is a game that we played on stream. That we played twice on stream. We played it in Romanian, with the stream in Romanian, we did one in English. It's a medium weight Euro game, which you like a lot. And it is also a game that it had a Kickstarter for a re-release. I think the artwork is redone a bit, the components and so on. I have tried to put my hands on it, but they wouldn't budge. Maybe I'll get to play it in the new version. And the game is Glukov or
Oh.
Coal Baron. I don't know what to say about the new edition until I see it in front of my face. I do like, well, that's in Hungarian, I believe. I do like
Hmm.
the classical version, which is this version, which is the graphics and artwork are done by Denis Lohausen. And I can't say too much about. I mean, it looks pretty close to the original. I can't say more after I have to see it on with my own eyes to make a difference of how the new one looks. But it will be re-released it will have a new reprint, and deep. Yeah, it's a Kramer and Kiesling game. It's good. It's fun. It's fast. It gives you enough to think about for that hour when you're going to play it, and every decision it's tense. You want you want those 10 moves, you want those good cards, you want those good contracts, you want everything, and you can only do one thing per turn, and
Mm.
somebody else will probably take that good contract from you, probably will take those good cards from you. So good, fun, medium weight Euro game, um, which will make you feel good in the time during that time you'll play it. It's going to be a satisfying midweight Euro game.
And most importantly, it has a pub,
It has a pub. I don't think it has a pub. It has a
restaurant,
cantina.
or
A
cantina. Yeah,
canteen,
yeah.
yeah. It has a canteen
They were
where
not
you
as
go make money.
fancy. Yeah.
Okay, so that's my number 88. Your number 88, my friend, is
Well, I'm sure this is a game my grandmother will appreciate, and all the ones who enjoy knitting and creating patterns. This is another.
it's a Uwe.
It, yeah, yes, it's a two-player game only, which I have played until you cannot see the faces on the Tetris shapes. It's that
Which
and
version
it's
have you played?
well, the original. I didn't, you have the Valentine's, you have the chocolates, Halloween. The same basic game. It doesn't change anything. It's just
What do you mean it
you know,
doesn't change everything? It's Valentine's. It's what did you say? It was
Halloween. It
Halloween.
has the
Okay, Christmas
head.
probably. It doesn't have Christmas.
Yes, it has the Christmas one, of
Okay,
course.
so it's
And
it's different games,
yeah,
and you need to have them all.
of course. Yeah, yeah. It's a must.
It's a must. Okay, so
So yeah, you're in the original, the one that I have, is you're fighting over buttons, and those buttons are your points at the end of the game, trying to complete a square, fill it with patterns. These are in a circle. You have to, pick and try to fill as many gaps as possible because gaps in your pattern mean minus
minus
points.
points. Yeah.
So it's that
Quick
easy.
question:
So
the
yeah,
buttons are plastic?
no.
Uh, well,
What did you expect? This is not a Kickstarter.
I want plastic buttons. If I'm playing this
Well,
game, I want plastic buttons.
easy. You buy 10 shirts and you take the buttons.
They are too small. I want
See?
big buttons. I
You're a picky gamer.
yes. And yeah, yeah, it's a fun little game. I think this one made Uwe, I don't know if rich, but I think it
Well,
made him a bunch of money.
it's become an evergreen, right?
Yeah,
It's a start a new version, almost like a Zool. Anyway,
yeah.
so what else? Something else I wanted to talk about, but yeah, it's fun and it's for two players, and it went really well during the pandemic, just like my other other two-player titles.
Usually, yeah, two player games.
Usually, yeah.
Yeah, they go. So, my number 87, 7. My number 87
Almost done.
yeah, it's a game again. It's a Euro game. It's a game that we have played, and we played it on stream in Romanian. Maybe we'll get a chance to play it in English also. I do like it a lot as a two-player game because it is pretty long. I think it looks fantastic. It's Menzel there. It's a
Mm.
heavy. It's a not a midweight, medium to heavy Euro game. It has there some of my favorite couple of designers, Italian designers, and the game is Terramara.
Okay.
I think it has a gorgeous cover. Uh,
Yep.
and
One of his best.
no,
Yeah.
it looks beautiful. The game looks beautiful. I do like the modular board, how it is done. Uh, I call it Stone Age on steroids. What do? You get resources in different ways, resources which you will transform into cards. Cards which will give you points.
Points.
Um, Here it has a. Why do I like a two-player? Because it has a track here, which I think it's easily manageable as a two-player game. I think it can get a bit more mean with more players, and mainly because it's longer with more players. And outside this track, it's not that much interaction. Yeah, okay, it's a worker placement game where there is some interaction there, but that's not the type of interaction that I look for usually in a game. You just take my spot. Yeah, okay. But it is even in two players. The board is tightened pretty good. I like it. It's tightened. It's well tightened, and you need to take the spots which you need to take also in two players. So and it has a cool mechanism which I haven't seen in any other board game, which says practically "Don't grow up, it's a trap." You have a character at the beginning of the game which can grow up at a certain point in the game, and while he's a child, he has a certain ability, a special ability. When he grows up, and you decide when he grows up, he will have a different special ability. I like the ideas in this game. I like the execution. I like the artwork. It is mainly, and I think Menzel is one of the best Menzels because he manages to infuse theme in a game that it's so abstract. It is pretty abstracted, but with the artwork on cards, everything, it's good. It's good, and it feels satisfying as a game. For me, at least. And I enjoyed it a lot. I like this game a lot. So that's my number 87, Terramara. So again, this is a channel for Eurogamers. So all Eurogamers are welcome.
Yeah. Apparently we have not grown up. We are still playing with toys. Okay.
So let's go to your number 87, which is
another heavy two-player only game. Published in 2009.
Is this your top 10 two-player games, so we know what we are doing?
Yeah. It's I have a lot of room to play with, in this top 100. So this is the first time I included this one, 2009, and it's called Jaipur. I've played this consistently without feeling not.
This is the
redone
one.
No, I have the
original also.
Old version. Yeah. The new one, it just changes the artwork. The game is exactly the same. So
does it have a? I think somebody did a retheme of it in space or something. Yeah, this is the old one. Sorry to disturb you. Sorry.
No, don't worry. So basically, you're playing with cards, in trying to sell goods, to get goods, and to have as many combination of the same ones. So when you sell them, you get more points back. Basically, and there's an interesting way of reading your opponent by the quantity of cards he has. So if he has few cards, then there's less chance that he will get more cards
Yeah, yeah.
from the tableau, and then exchanging them with the camels, and there's a whole
I'm
um,
I've I am
reading your opponent. This is the one of the most important aspects of this game. So
I don't
trying to
know. I'm trying to
usually
think of.
usually this game is really tight. It
Yeah, but
boils down to a few points.
that's why. Yeah, that's why it says play 2 out of 3 times. Who wins 2 out of 3? This is
Yeah,
how it's you should play it. Um,
and it's
I'm
pretty fast, about
yeah.
15 to 20 minutes.
I'm
Just,
trying to think of another game which does what this one does. And I mean this, and there is another title. I don't know if it's on your this and the Knizia one, Lost Cities,
oh, Lost Cities.
were
No.
the darlings for two players for a long long time.
Yeah, this one's even easier if you can imagine.
Yeah, somehow, yeah. And it's quite
Yeah.
fun to take all these cars, take those camels, use those camels to
Yeah.
take the other cars. Then
Do I
what do I
have to
discard?
wait?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it is quite
You don't
fun.
want to take too many cards you're giving your opponent. Yeah, it's really
Yep.
it's it's really fast to teach, fast to play, you know, fun to time ratio off the chart.
So, yep.
Yes.
So let's go to 86. 86.
Jeez.
I said something else. So 86.
Nobody noticed. Don't worry. It's still a family-friendly show.
86. My 86 is a game which we have played on stream, which we will play again on stream because I have gotten in Essen the second edition, and it will come its turn.
Mm.
It's another game with mining theme, but this one is more about managing the mines than yeah. It's more of an economic simulation, managing a mine, and be prepared for disasters and and plan well in order to in the end have the most points. The game is Coal and Colony. Um, this is the reprint, the second edition. This is a heavy game. I would say medium heavy towards heavy. So it's I think it's towards heavy, almost a heavy. Um, it's a game. Well, you have to manage your mine. It was released by Spielworks first in 2014, I think, and it is a game in the trilogy with Haspelnecht and the Ruhr. And this one, I think it was the second one in the trilogy, if I remember correctly. So I like it a lot. I like what Thomas Pitcher did in all of those. This one managed to enter my top 100 because I've managed to play it a bit more. Because it's a 3 to 5 player. I don't understand why it doesn't have a 2-player variant, because I think a 2-player variant might work just fine. The new edition doesn't have cubes anymore. It has meeples, and those meeples are look. It's a I see this one is a more of a classical Euro game, I would say, and it feels like a Euro game, but I have a lot of fun playing it, and yeah, this is my bread and butter. I love Euro games, so I truly enjoyed this one. And you have played it also, and you kind of got it. Although it's a heavier game, you can understand it pretty easy. You can understand pretty easy because it's a thematic game in the end. It's pretty thematic.
Mhm. Yeah.
That was my 86. What's your 86, my friend?
Well, your 80s are in the mine.
Yeah. Let's
Okay,
see what my
so
70s bring.
wow.
And then 60s. I don't think
Yeah,
that I don't think they're games themed
the
with
flower power movement. So my 86 is a panic-inducing chaos, real time, not, and you are not allowed to speak. Do you know what it is?
You are not allowed to speak?
No. It's released in 2017 and it's called
Ah,
Magic
Magic
Maze.
Maze. Ah, I was thinking of something else.
If this this has one of the most annoying components in board game, period. You are given one marker
Yeah.
to signal the player who needs to move something that you cannot tell him what to move. You're just hitting the table with that wooden component, in your mind, move me. And in that panic, you cannot think, right? Where do you want, what do you want me to do? Everyone gets one of those blue cards, which are directions that only you can make for everyone. So if one wants to move to the left and you are the one that has that card, you need to move somebody to the left, right? And this is why that component is, because you're fighting the clock, right? You have
You have a certain, yeah, you have
a
a certain
certain time limit
time
that you
limit, yeah,
need
to
to
do your
get
actions.
to the door, to the hourglass, in order for you to stop time or flip it. The objective is to get to your color, and that's gonna open this is supposed to be a supermarket of sorts. And yeah, there are a wide variety of variants that you can include in your gameplay, so it's not the same thing every single time. Plus those tiles are randomized, and the direction tiles are randomized as well. When you get to
Yeah.
turn the clock around, those cards move clockwise, so you don't get acquainted with your action. it's it's so chaotic. I would recommend playing this more than once. If you're a hardcore Euro gamer, you can play it twice. So, um,
I see.
but this is if you're gaming night, right? So you feel like you're snoozing and you're falling asleep. This is the game you
To get
you bring
annoyed
out,
that
and
somebody
you
else doesn't understand what he needs to do to help you.
that this has shocked me. That red component over there is incredible. You just bang on the table,
So
and
to make
you
someone
just
else to make someone else
you
move you. This is what you do in the game.
this is probably as close as to a flip in the table.
Game.
You could get
I see.
you don't you just freeze,
I see.
but it's good fun if you play it without, it is stressful, but it is fun at the same time. So
I see.
I hope you give it a try. It's cooperative, so
Yeah, it's a co-op game. Yeah. Let's go to number
you should have
85.
started with that.
You should have started with that, right? I know, but probably there are some people out there who do not know this game.
Yeah.
85, my 85 again. What do you think it's going to be?
Heavy Euro in the mine.
It's not a heavy Euro game. This for me is a medium weight Euro game. I don't find it heavy. I don't find it. I don't find that it
Mm.
melts my brain. It does enough, and I have played this one in Romanian. Maybe I'll get a chance to play it again. And the game is a game of bag building. Do you know what it is?
Building.
Bag building. Come on.
I should know this one, right?
You should know this one. I
I
expect
don't.
to be on your top 100 also. It's Orléans. Um, or
Why would you expect it to be in my top list?
Because I know you like this game.
No, I haven't even played this game.
You haven't played this game? I don't know. I
No, I
thought you liked
haven't.
this game.
Nope.
Orléans is a game about building a bag. You draw from a bag, and from that bag, you those workers which you draw, you put on your player tableau, on your player board, and with that you're going to be able to take some actions. Yeah, do I have a play? Yeah, here is your player board. And then you'll be able to do some actions, those actions which will allow you to move around here, or move on these tracks, or take some more tiles, which those tiles will make some actions even more powerful, which allows you to customize your bag in multiple ways. So in the end you can, of course, what do? Score the most points. It's fun. It's fun making that bag. It's a deck builder with a bag. I mean,
Yeah.
this is what you do. But it's fun. It's always, for me, it was always fun to play it. Again, I do not see this as a heavy Euro game. It's a medium weight Euro game for me. Medium, maybe medium towards heavy, but not a heavy one. I do not. I do play with a variant where I see what happens with well, how are they called? Events. With the events. So yeah, it's a small variant to make the game a bit more predictable. A thing which any heavy Euro gamer wants. Things to be predictable. Doesn't want. Oh, now you're gonna lose 5 money. And oh no, I couldn't prepare for that. And you just I just didn't have that money. You had that money, so you paid it, and I'm gonna lose, I don't know, 3 points or 5 points, and this is how I lost the game. I do not like that. So I like predictable things. So yeah, I kind of like that too. Some things to be predictable. So yeah, but in the end, fun game, fun bag builder. I do have the wooden meeples, so I don't play with the original chits, cardboard chits. They make the experience far better. So Orléans is my number 85.
All right.
What's your number 85?
So this is a real classic. It's one. I think we did play this one, but not on stream. It's called Survive Escape from Atlantis. This is one, but I think this is the heaviest game on this list. No,
on this top 10.
On this top in my 80s.
In your 80s,
so
okay.
it was released in the 1982 apparently.
Yep.
This is what the BG says. So it doesn't look that, maybe it's a reprint with new art, the one that I have, but I wouldn't have imagined that this
probably
this design would be this old. So yeah, this is probably, it has a mechanism of it has that take that when you try to take out other people's boats.
In the game you take a tile, and after you take a tile you roll a die. When you roll that die, you can choose what you're gonna do with when it rolls. And rolling that die controls some animals in the sea, and you might have some boats in the sea, some people in the sea, and you control whose boats you're gonna overthrow, whose people you're gonna eat.
Basically.
So
yeah, you need to escape with as many meeples as possible to the corner islands. So yeah, it's
a fun game.
I didn't see the Atlantis, but it is a survive game. So trying to get to those islands is not as easy as you might think. Everyone's kind of fighting to get on those boats. So yeah, it's a really fun.
Yeah, everybody tries to get on the boats, and then everybody, if there are too many, If you have too many on a boat, if you somebody else will going to come. Oh, let's move the I don't know the what were the dolphin, no, but the dolphins don't do bad. The sea creatures which
Uh,
eats.
yeah.
Let's move him. Oh, where do we move it? We move it close to your boat because you have two there, and then someone else rolls. Oh, he's going to eat something. Oh, who's gonna eat?
Yeah.
Well, it's gonna eat your people.
You have special tiles that will give you,
But yeah, some
abilities
abilities.
to
Yeah,
move these sea creatures, and yeah,
it's fun. It's a fun game
it's
for what
it's
it is. Yeah,
lasted this long, so
yeah.
yeah.
Maybe I wouldn't. Maybe in my top 500 or
Oh,
six.
it is in our top 500, so
Uh,
yeah, this had to be.
but
It's
it's a fun
been
game. It's a fun game.
yeah,
Let's go to 84, right?
yeah.
What do you think it's on my 84?
Oh, you haven't said anything.
It's a game which we played on stream. It's
We've played many games.
we did play it on, and I do like it with both its expansions. Not all the modules. Some modules I think I'm take it or leave it, but most of those modules I enjoy, and I recommend playing all the modules in the base game also.
Don't tell me it's Glenmore the Slow.
No, it's not Glenmore.
Ah, okay.
Uh,
Whew.
it
You know.
is a game which has the opportunity to grow on my list if I manage to play it more, because this is a medium weight Euro game with everything turned on, and the name is the Taverns of Tiefenthal.
Oh. Okay.
Um, Taverns of Tiefenthal. I do like this game. I do like its artwork. I think it's funny. I do like those small. How should I call them? The ones that blow fire. Um,
Oh, yeah.
I do like the fact that I have to feed keep them entertained, and give them
Mm-hmm.
drinks, my guests, and they give me things. They give me money. They give me points. I think it looks very. I do think it's a looker. I do think it's fun to play. It's an interesting mesh of mechanisms of of deck building, dice drafting,
Mm-hmm.
resource management, resource conversion, um, worker place, dice placement. It has a mesh of mechanisms which work very well together and make sense. You can make thematic sense out of all the things that you're doing.
Hmm.
And I do like the concierge, the wine expansion, and I also do like a lot what all the other modules give you. So it was a fun experience when we have played it.
It has something really satisfying. You have the modular board. This. It's
You,
made by puzzle
yeah,
pieces.
it's a puzzle piece. Yeah, and you can go in different directions with the way you use your board. Yeah, I like what Wolfgang Warsch does, and I'm quite interested, or Warsch, I don't know how it's, and I'm interested to see what is his next design.
Hmm.
My number 84, Taverns of Tiefenthal. What is your number 84, my friend?
So you cannot argue with me on this one.
I will.
This is my birthday. Okay?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, today's
whatever you have against this game, it's between you and him.
It's today's your birthday.
No, it's 84, my year.
Ah.
So it's is the game we have constant feud about, and I cannot not include this on my list. It has been
But
and
it is
had a lot of
King
fan
of
playing
Tokyo.
hours. And yes, it's King of Tokyo.
The
It
game of rolling dice and slapping people.
I said this is my birthday. You
No, it's
cannot
not,
say
my
anything.
friend. In 1984 was your birthday.
I know, I know.
Let's
So
play
yeah,
let's play Yahtzee and smack people around.
well, yes, basically.
Basically, yeah.
So it's from 2011. This game has it has grabbed me like few, you know, games this type, right? There you just have these dice and you roll them, keep on and then try to score either by reducing their life to zero or gaining 20 points. Is that simple? And
Uh,
obviously, this is works better as many
annou-
players as possible, as a
announce me
higher
when you
player count.
announce me when you finish. I will be asleep since this.
Okay, so let me talk to you more about these special cards that you can buy by gaining these blue, green cubes. So they each have a
Yeah.
cost. Have you had enough?
No, this game
So,
has been boring me since
oh,
2000. I
okay.
think I've played it the first time 2015, 16, something like that.
Well, it's here to stay, so
Yahtzee with slapping. But I can understand why a lot of people like it. I
yeah.
will understand
I
why.
think it's people like me that keep on
Yeah,
bringing it to the forefront.
people like you who don't like good games.
Going, yeah, hard work, going in the mine, getting my hands
Yeah,
dirty. That's
yeah,
type of
yeah.
things.
He do not
Yeah,
like to work. He wants to fight. He do not like to work.
well, well, yeah. This is how my brain works.
Ah, you are looking at a hard worker here.
Oh yeah,
Be careful who you listen to.
Destroy Tokyo.
Yeah, you're destroying, I am building. That's right. Let's go
Wow,
to number 83. My 83, it's a game about um,
a
fighting
real game.
fighting baddies. And I think this game would be so high, so much higher on my list if I would be able to play it more. But this is the perfect solo game. And I
Wow.
enjoy it solo, and I don't play a lot solo. I'm not a solo player. I do not like playing solo. It's not one of my things. I still have to go through at least one game solo because I got it from a very nice designer, and I have to play that game. But I'm not a fan of playing solo. I will tell you that. I've rarely played solo, but if it's a good game, I enjoy it. I but it's not my usual way of play. It's not yeah. So my number 83. Could you think what it is?
I have no idea. I would have never imagined you playing a solo game.
It's Mage Knight, the board game.
Oh, okay.
I do like this game a lot. It's good. It's so good. I mean, it's such. It does have a gazillion rules, and you might mess up a rule, but who cares? I'm having
Hmm.
fun. I'm trying to be as efficient as possible with the cards that I have to move on this big map and manage to fight baddies. To move, you can use cards in two different ways. It has in a way it's a multi-use cards. You can if you use mana, you use it in a more powerful way. This is such a awesome design, and I think it's a classic and an evergreen design. And Vlada Hvatil manages to do some of these. I do enjoy most of his designs, and Yeah, I love this game. This is good. It's good, good, good. I have always enjoyed playing it. Unfortunately, I'm not a big fan of playing solo, so I cannot. I maybe I play it once a year, and maybe with yeah, maybe like it was last time, play it on stream to play it on stream and show people why this game is so good. I was trying to look for a bigger picture, but yeah, this is a fun game. My number
Yeah,
83,
if you like
Mage Knight.
fantasy, you might.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. And if you enjoy a heavier game, this is a heavy game, truly. And part of it has, unfortunately, the depth of decision and the rule set is both heavy. They're both heavy. It's heavy on both fronts.
yeah.
Uh, so, yeah. Your number's 83, sir?
So this is where I'm kind of waiting to see what the new editions of this franchise like. Lastly, felt like it exploded in terms of expansions and other titles from the same universe. So this is kind of let's see what happens, and I want to give it another try. This is about raising cows, a very interesting theme. This is Great Western Trail, which everyone seems to like, which I would assume that I would pick this game to be on my 100 list. I liked the gameplay myself. I want to give it more play to see where exactly it would land or fall off the list entirely.
I see.
You know,
Uh,
so
so you like
it's
it,
a
you
really
quite like
it,
it, but you don't know if it will go up or go.
exactly. I liked it. It surprised me with what the decisions you have to make. It's just pretty involved
Yeah,
for my
it's a
standards,
medium heavy one. It's a medium towards heavy.
and
Yeah.
it has pretty straightforward decisions that you have to take. What type of worker do you
Yeah.
want? What's one gives you more cows that will give your deck, which has a little
But
deck building aspect
yeah, it
added.
does
So
have a deck building. Yeah, but it's not about raising cows. It is about selling
yeah,
cows,
well,
getting cows and selling them.
that's what I felt.
If you draw the right hand.
If right, and that deck is not small, right? If you add
Yeah.
and you it takes you only have four at your disposal
Yep.
each turn. So depending on which strategy you choose, you could go fast or you could go slow and try to build on the paths. Those paths are you could take the perilous or the straightforward, but you have to pay your opponents. It's really one that I need and I want to go and explore more in order to see where it lands on this list.
Yeah, I see.
So
Okay.
it's
It entered this list.
it entered and it has a lot of buzz. It has the Argentina one, the New
Yeah.
Zealand,
Yep.
there's something else in the pipeline. I think it has a whole lot of legs for a very long time. So we'll see. I'm curious. I want to play the new ones as well. Why are you laughing?
At this, I'm laughing at the cover. Somebody uh, put a different face on the cover.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I think when you are done with playing King of Tokyo, you could
You could try
get out
Great
Great Western
Western
Trail.
Trail Country.
Yeah.
Yeah, a fun game. I mean, I like it. Not in my top 100 though.
Oh really? I thought it for sure as a
I know. Now,
Your reputation, you need to, maintain that.
no. Um, I could still lie to you though. You know, I
Well,
can still do that. So, do you expect me to be honest all the time?
okay.
So let's go
I'm
to
gullible.
82. My number 82 is a game which I would call it a gateway game, but not everybody calls a gateway game what I call a gateway game. For
I'm pretty
me,
sure I will not agree with you.
it is a game which I enjoy a lot. I've played a lot. I played it on stream. I want to play it again on stream in English. Also, I've played it in Romanian, and I think it was for patrons. I didn't have too many, but the ones that I had asked for it. So the game is called Alhambra. Alhambra. A
Hmm.
game of a city builder. I like I,
Yeah.
I like city builders a lot.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite. I played SimCity when I was a child, a
Hmm.
long time ago, and I do like city builders a lot. I do like the fact I do like building something. It's a pretty easy game to understand as a gateway game. You have to manage some money, get some money, spend those money to take some tiles. Those tiles, you put them in a grid, you put them in a tableau, and not a grid, a tableau, and that tableau creates points for you at the end of in scorings. You'll have three scorings. You have certain scoring cards: score A, score B, and final scoring. And it has what I like about the game. I do like it in its simple core version, but I do like adding some of those modules. I do like adding some of those gates. I do like adding some of those walls. I do like adding the different types of currency. I do like adding the change because it allows me to be more efficient with my cards, with my money. I do think this is a great game, and it has been in my top since I think since I have played it. I have
Hmm.
liked it instantly. I I still play it with pleasure. It's a fun game, and there aren't games which do what this does. So simple, elegant. I think this is a Dirk Hen, if I'm not wrong, a Dirk Hen design, who did also Wallenstein, or he did some other good games. Um, Shogun, fun game. I highly recommend it if you want to try it out.
Hmm. Question: would you recommend this big box version or
Yes,
try it
yes,
with
yes,
a
yes,
base
yes.
game?
I recommend the big box version because it has enough. Okay, if you want just the base game experience, get the base game. I don't recommend all the modules. Yeah, so all the modules, but I use enough modules from the game. I mean, and enough, yeah, modules from different expansions that yeah, it I kind of say, yeah, buy the big box if you can, not the overly expensive huge box. If you can find an older version of the big box, yeah, take that. It looks a bit old, but I have nothing against it. I think it works. So that's
Hmm.
my number 82. What's your number 82, my friend?
All right, so this is my pick of a small big box that has modules that you can put and mix and match. The
Yes.
it's a very it's lesser known the game, but the artwork is by Michael Menzel, and this is my
Mikhail.
recommendation for number
Mikhail.
82. I will say
Mikhail.
it, my that's
Mikhail.
how I always said it, so I will not try to butcher his
He's
name.
not English.
I know he's not English.
It's, it's like me. I am calling you Radu.
You Radu, yeah.
Radu.
So no, from now on, he's Menzo. Okay, that's problem solved.
Michael. It's
So
simple. It's simple. Michael.
this Michael, oh,
Okay.
I can't even say that. So the game in question is First Class, released
For,
in 2016.
yeah,
Feels
I
like
want to
I'm
get my hands on this game.
the only one I'm talking that talks about this game lately. It's
It's a good game.
so it's
Good card
quiet
game. Yeah.
on and it's really it's a card game at its core. You're trying to build a route
Yep.
for your
Hmm.
locomotive. You're trying to build the carts on a double train that you can put characters, luggage. You can score double for whoever for the level of upgrades that you have. So that's where first class is. So the higher you go, the more points you have. So it does things that I really enjoy in this game. So it feels like I don't play enough of it. So I don't know. It's a it's a simple design. You just take a card from the display and you try to grow from that. And
Yeah,
that's
it might
basically
be
it.
simple, but it's pretty good. And this one is a game which I really, really want also in my collection. And this is one of those I don't have.
If you played it,
I have played it, yes.
yeah, it's good. It's
Yes, it
good.
is good. And I have, see, I wanted, but I just didn't buy it. It's one of those. Yeah.
Hmm.
And it would probably, if I played it more, probably it might end up in this top 100.
Yeah.
I have really liked my only play of it. I played it once.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you've missed the one.
So 82. Let's go to the last one, right?
Yeah.
81, my friends. Let's go to 81. 81 is a game. My number 81 is a game. Believe it or not.
It should be right. This is.
It's a game which we have played on stream. It
Hmm.
is my first Lacerda on this list.
Ooh, it's Gallerist.
Which one do you think it is? Well,
It's not
you've said
Gallerist.
gallerist. I'll give
I
you
did
one more
say
chance. Come on.
one more.
Yeah.
Not on Mars. It's Kanban.
No, my friend. It is
Oh, come on.
Escape Plan.
Oh, really? You enjoy Escape Plan? Okay.
Oh, I like the Escape Plan. I had
Hmm.
so much. This is the most fun
Oh,
people
okay.
can have with a Lacerda. Fun in a fun sense. I do like the fun of Kanban, but that's me. Most people will enjoy this one. I think will enjoy this one a lot. If you enjoy a good puzzle in a Euro game, but a medium weight one, I would say medium, maybe medium heavy a bit, but I would say this one is close to a medium weight game, medium heavyweight game, let's say. Um, this is one which a lot of players can enjoy because it is, yeah, it is heavy, and part of its heaviness comes from the hefty rule book. But what you do in the game is very logical. You try to escape the police, make some money, and exit towards the end of the game, so you are not left behind. So you can win. Uh,
Yeah.
you all of you have some loot. You need to go back to it. You have hidden some loot, and you need to get back to it before the door closes, before the police gets you.
Yeah.
Um, it is. We had so much fun playing this one. It is fun. It is thinky, and it is thinky enough for its weight. That's what I have to say. It's not a. It's not by no means. It's a Kanban or a Lisboa in no universe. I haven't played Weather Machine though yet. And I never, the first time I've played it, I've said, it's not as elegant as the others. That's true, it's not as elegant as the others, but it is funner in the fun sense. We can have a laugh playing
Mm.
Escape Plan. And it's not easy to have a laugh playing Lisboa. So with this one, we can have a laugh and really enjoy ourselves, and we have enjoyed ourselves at the table. Also, we had our moments. What I know, what I need to, what I need to do, but we also had a laugh playing it.
All right.
So that was my. Oh, I forgot to again. I got so involved with explaining the game and talking about it that I
I'll
forgot to
give
show
you
you the game.
5 more minutes. You like it that much?
Yeah, I liked it. I like it, and it's fun. It's fun, and it has that GTA look to it that
Mm.
adds to me enjoying it. So yeah, my number 81 is Vital Lacerda's Escape Plan. What is your
Yeah.
number 81? Or do you have something to
81.
say?
Well, yeah, well, I've already talked about this game in the past,
Yeah.
and the thing that drawn me into this, and it's not the fighting, it's not the mechanics, it's actually the artwork, which, well, I'm getting tired of saying that. So,
The
it's
book.
called Unmatched, and
I see. I see. I see.
the it has so many decks of cards that you can match. It has T-Rex, Bruce Lee, it has Sasquatch, Robin Hood, uh, Red Riding Hood, and whoever you can think of.
I see.
Um, so it's a head-to-head combat on trying to eliminate each other on a small board. It's just card play. But what I like about this game, and still like, I might get, it's not. This is interesting that I do not choose this game for its mechanics, but the looks alone, and
Yeah.
I find myself staring at these cards. That they're that good. I want these as posters on my wall. So yeah,
Yeah, you do like this game. You have talked a lot about it.
I did.
I have never played Unmatched. This
You
is a
will
game
not play.
I have.
You will never play this game. It's
No,
uh,
why? I want to try it. I like to try. I have played. I don't know, Dog Park, for example, which somebody said you will not play this game. Of course, I want to try as many games as not all the games, but all people. If people say okay, it's interesting, okay, I'll try it. It depends
yeah,
on. I need to have to be able to talk to people. I need to try as many games as I can.
yeah.
In
And
the realm I am into. I mean Euro games.
yeah, but this is as far as you're from Euros as you can get. This is Ameritrash. So, it's
Is
and
it? Is
the
it
thing
true?
is,
You roll
they
dice and
well, you don't roll dice. You
as I've known it is a card system behind it.
It's a card system exactly,
And
and
that might be interesting.
each
I find that interesting. I do like
each fact
games which have
yeah,
card systems.
each
So
faction has plays differently,
I see.
and they're so asymmetrical that it feels like you're playing two different games. They're that apart. So
I
I
see.
think you should give this one a try. It's might be fun, but in a more Ameritrash way. So
I'm not I have played Middle Earth Quest and I have enjoyed
okay.
it. So this was your 81.
Yep, finishing with great artwork and the cards fighting system.
Yeah, you did.
So it's a pretty big universe now. It has a lot of content.
So that those were let's close the TVs. We will be back Wednesday again with two more 70, 80 to 71 and 70 to 60.
Yeah,
Um,
that's what you say. I'll go change my shirt and let's go to the 70s.
Thank you, Radu, for coming and doing this. I
My
will
pleasure.
thank you for doing it. I hope you had fun talking about games. I love talking about games.
Yeah,
It's
well,
I don't have an issue putting them. Okay, maybe I'm not that. Okay, when I choose them, I not, oh, maybe this is for me. 96 and 95 are, or 94 are almost the same. From 100 to 91, it's practically in the same realm.
hmm,
When I think my top, I go, I enjoy this more because of this, I enjoy this more because of this, but more or less, if you would want me to rate them, to give them a rating, I would probably, they would be probably very close. It's
yeah.
decimal points. Yeah. So I'd say let's meet back Wednesday and finish this. Finish the
Two
other two.
down,
Two more
eight to
down.
go.
Uh, Two more. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, always a pleasure talking about games. It's, breath of fresh air. We don't have to play, we just have a conversation, probably a pleasant one, even if it's about rolling dice.
Yeah, and smacking people about games you should burn. Uh, Throw
Yeah.
away from the balcony. Anyways, it was fun. Thank you, sir, for doing this. We'll see each other at the next one.
Bye.
As always, I want to thank everyone who came and watched live. I will thank anyone who will come and watch us after the fact. Until next time, when we will see, probably we'll do another playthrough at Cloud Age. Maybe tomorrow night. We'll see how we feel for the next chapter. I do like this game. And it's still on the table, and I don't want to put another one. So who knows? Until next time, I will say what it says in here. I will thank anyone who comes and watch live, and anyone who will come and watches after the fact. If you like what you see, like, share, and subscribe. We are on a quest. We want to go to 1,000 subscribers. Put on a good word to a friend who might want to subscribe. Until next time, it is what it says here. Play a lot, play loads, have fun. And bye bye, fine folks, wherever in the world you are.